Some long back we have discussed about Log4j. We will refine all the things of Log4j and we'll discuss some more things. Basically, Log4j is a logging framework. Okay, like where we can log the information. Okay, log the changes of the information. Okay, in log files or even console or anywhere. One second, let me change the font. Is it visible? Less visible, right? Is it okay now? Visible to you, sir? Now, if you want to log any information, okay, the details that are entered by the user, or in if-else conditions or for loops, okay. In any way, if you want to log in information, earlier system.out.println was used, but due to the disadvantages of system.out.println, like system.out.println is not will not be a better performer, and system.out.println will not perform in a multi-threaded applications, as well as system.out.println can give only one to one media, like the system.out.println can print the logs to either console or the file system, but not the both. Okay, because of these several disadvantages, we go for a separate logging framework named Log4j. Just this Log4j can be attached or can be used in any technology, like for .NET we have Log4j, and for Java also we have Log4j. Okay, like this can be used for application with any technology. Okay, and the Log4j basically relies on three things. Okay, first, logger, appender, and layout. Logger is used to set the level of the log and used to send the message of the log. This is the message of the log, like username is something. Okay, and logger is used to set the message of the log and used to set the level of the log. Okay, and there are different levels of the log, as we discussed earlier. What's the first level? Trace. What's the next level? Info, van, fatal, error, and sorry, just I have missed the order. Just this is the order. Okay, this is the ascending order of Log4j levels. Okay, and we can set the levels and the appenders even in the application, but in general we won't do that. We set the levels and appenders in the application through log4j.properties. Okay, in the properties what I have done is, first I am creating an appender with the name file sys. Okay, so the property name is log4j.appender. The file appender name, okay, equal to just the file appender class, and then the file appender dot file. What is the name of the log file? Okay, and what is the layout? I am going for a simple layout. Okay, and then I am going for another appender, console appender equal to some console appender, and layout equal to some layout. And for the root logger, first I will specify the log4j level. It is trace. Okay, and then comma first appender, comma second appender. Multiple appenders can be appended to the root logger separated by commas, but the first one should be the level. First one should be the level. After the level, we can append multiple loggers. Okay, those who are new to this class, just refer to the videos, earlier video of log4j, so that you can understand. Okay, but the root logger configuration is in such a way that first the log4j level is configured. After the log4j level, we will configure different appenders. There can be one appender or even multiple appenders. First log4j level, comma appender 1, comma appender 2, comma appender 3, like that. Okay, since in this properties file we have two appenders. One is a file appender which is represented by this name, file sys. Okay, another is a console appender which is represented by this name, console app. So we have first given the log4j level and file appender, and then any appender, like we can give any number of appenders in any order. That's what we have discussed in the earlier class. Okay, and now we will see the layouts. And some of the interviewers will be asking a question like, let's consider like I have a application with some log4j mechanism. Okay, now I want to send that log information to multiple files at the same time. Let's consider like I have two log files, 1.log and 2.log. Okay, at the same time I want to send the information, log information, to both of the files. How I can do that? Listen to me. When I am telling something, listen to me. It's not so urgent that you need to note it down. Okay, my question is, there are two files, 1.log and 2.log. There are two files, 1.log and 2.log, and in general, if you want to send some information to log files, which appender we use? If you want to send some information to a file system through log4j, which appender is used? Which appender is used to send logging messages to a log file from the log4j application? Definitely, if we want to send some information, logging messages to a file system, we'll use a file appender. Okay, that's why we have used a file appender and we have sent the information to a log file. Okay, and now what my question is, if I have two files, hcu.log. Okay, I have two files, hcu.log and dst.log. At the same time, I need to send the log information both of the files. Now, how we can do that? How we can do that?
Can you use both files by separating a comma in the line?
No. No. If you want to log the information into multiple files at the same time, what we do is we go for multiple file appenders. Like the same appender cannot be used to log the information into multiple files. If you want to log the information into multiple files, what I have done? Here I have gone for a new log4j appender with the name dst. Okay, for dst the file is different, dst.log. Okay, and for the appender dst the layout is simple layout, and I have told that use the log4j level as trace, and the appender files is appender console app as well as appender dst. Now what happens? This information, the same information will be logged into two different log files at the same time. Understood? This is how. If you want to go for multiple destinations, either multiple files or one file and one console or any multiple destinations for log4j messages, we should go for multiple appenders. We cannot use the same appender to send the information to multiple destinations. Either they are multiple files or multiple consoles or whatever it might be. Okay, to send the log4j information to some destination, even both are the files. Let's consider like there are two files. We should send the log4j information to both of the files at the same time. Then we should use two different file appenders. So I have configured two different file appenders. Understood? Now let me try to execute this application. Now the application is executed so that the information is logged here. The information is logged here just because we have appended even the console appender. So it will be displayed first in the console. It will be displayed even in the console. Okay, and let me refresh the application. So dst log is logged as well as execute log is also logged. The same information is here, and even the same information is logged even in the dst.log. So this is how we can configure multiple appenders, okay, for the same log4j system. Did you post this file Sharad that day? Okay, so you need not to note it down. Okay, just you can extract that file that Sharad has uploaded in the Facebook. Okay, did you send it as a zip file, the whole project?
Our zip file on media file, YouTube videos on YouTube.
Okay. Media file. Okay, that's fine. Now, this is how we can configure multiple file appenders, or we can send log information to multiple files at the same time. Okay, but in general, in real-time applications, either we use file appender or console appender, and most probably we use some different file appender. Some file appender is a class. Extending it to file appender, there are several classes like a rolling file appender. Just let me copy this rolling file appender. This I have gone for multiple files for logging. Now I am removing that just because already we have discussed that. Okay, not required. Just let me comment that. Now I'll use same file appender, but I'll use now a rolling file appender. Okay, a rolling file appender is a subclass to file appender. Okay, is a subclass to file appender. In general, there will be lots and lots of logging information sent to the log files. What the log file will do means it will append the logging information at the end. But to write the data, if we manage the information, if we manage all the logging information within the same file, then the file size will become very huge. So what we do is, in general, okay, it's a rolling file appender means whenever some content is rich, let's consider like the maximum buffer size will be there. If the maximum buffer size is 2 GB or 2 KB, let's consider like the maximum buffer size is 2 GB. Okay, then until 2 GB is reached, the logging information will be sent to the same file. Once the 2 GB memory is reached means the existing log will be flushed out and the new log will be sent to the file. That's what a rolling file appender is. Okay, once 2 GB is reached means just the existing content will be flushed out and the new content will be sent to the file system. So that at any case we'll have a worst case. At any worst case, we'll maintain a log maximum only up to 2 GB or 3 GB like that. Okay, that's how the rolling file appender will work. Understood? Now let us see how it will be. Now if you want to make use of a rolling file appender, we should configure the file as well as there is one property set max buffer size, max file size. This is the property. Let me set this property. What is the maximum file size? What is the maximum file size? Just we will give the maximum file size in a string format, and just I have given 1 GB. So up to 1 GB, okay, the file size will the logging information will be sent to the same file. Once 1 GB is reached, the existing content will be automatically flushed out, and from first onwards the log will be sent to the same file. Okay, just rather than maintaining the log for a very long time, what we can do is we can roll the same file, okay, so that the information will be logged in a rolling file. Now I have deleted the log files. Now let me compile and execute the application. DST appender is not there just because we have configured the appender DST, but that doesn't exist. Okay, so the log information is logged into the console as well as it will be logged into the file system. Okay, it is logged into the file system, but this log file is a rolling file. Okay, once 1 GB is reached, once 1 GB is reached, automatically the existing content will be flushed out and logging information will be sent from the first one. Okay, so that's just we are telling that we are maintaining maximum logging information as 1 GB. After 1 GB, the existing content will be wiped out and the new content will be sent from the starting point of the file. Understand? So, at any case, the maximum logging file size will be 1 GB. Once 1 GB is reached, the existing content, okay, will be flushed out, and the new content that we log into the file system will be logged from the starting point onwards. Understood? That's how the rolling file appender will be. Either in general we use either rolling file appender, or there is another class named daily rolling file appender. Daily rolling file appender. Daily rolling or Apache.log4j daily rolling file appender. In general, we use rolling file appender or daily rolling file appender. Okay, what this daily rolling file appender means? Let's consider like we have HU.log. We need to check the log on daily basis. So, how the log files will be generated means, first let's consider like today we have created the log file, and today is 4th December. So 4th December we have created a log file, and on 4th December the application will log some information to HU.log, and once 5th December will come, okay, if we configure a daily rolling file appender, then what happens is, okay, on 5th December a new file will be created with a specific format that we give. Let's consider like we have given a format like, it should be in the file name should be HCU dot, okay, 4 it's 12. So 4th December 2012. So I have given the file name in this format. I configured that the backup file name will be in this format. So let's consider like today I have created a new log file and I am logging in the information, and I have used the appender as daily rolling file appender, and I have given the backup file format like this, HCU dot something like this, HCU dot dd I have given the file name format like this, okay, HCU dot something dot log. Okay, now if 5th December comes, okay, for the next day, what happens is the information from HCU dot, basically each and every day logging information will be logged only in HCU.log. But on the next day, if you use the daily rolling file appender, on the next day a new file will be created with the name with this pattern. Let's consider like on 5th December a new file will be created with the name HCU.0412. For 4th December a new file will be created, and whatever the log exists up to 4th December it will log into that file. So the whole log that exists on 4th December will be logged into the new log file like HCU4 12/2012.log. Again, some 1000 lines are logged on 5th December. Once 6th December comes means the whole log generated on 5th December will be sent to a file named HCU 05/12/2012.log and HCU.log contains the latest day information. Understood? How the daily rolling file appender will be? Just let me show you how it will work. Then you can understand it better. And just at least did you get a basic idea how the daily rolling file appender will work? Everybody? Just on each and every day, the log information will be sent to the base log file. But once the day is completed, for that day a new file will be created and the existing log from the log file will be sent to that new file. Okay? And at maximum this log file will contain only one day information. Okay? But we have a backup of the existing days. Understood? Now we have a daily rolling file appender which has an attribute named date format. Now if it is a rolling file appender, we will give the maximum buffer size. Now I am not giving in maximum buffer size. I will give a date format. What should be the date format for the daily rolling file? Now I will give it as dot. That means in single quotes, if I give dot means if the log file name is hcu.log, then the daily rolling file appender, the file name will be hcu dot, okay, the date format. Okay, now I'll give the date format as dot in single quotes So I have given the date format like this. Within single quote I will give dots. Any special characters here should be given as single quotes. So I am giving dot. Sorry, not all special characters. This dot should be given in special quotes just because dot have a specific meaning here. Okay, so I'll give the dots in single quotes. Then mm.dd dot mm-dd. So now on the next day, what happens is this logging information will be backed up in a file with the name hcu dot. Let's consider like 4th means 04/12/2012 dot. On 5th December, okay, all the log that is generated on 4th December will be backed up in this file. On 6th December, again a new file will be created for December. Okay, at maximum hcu.log contains information about only that day, but the previous day logs can be preserved, okay, in this separate file, so that the interaction with, if you want to make interaction with a file which has huge content, it will be less performant. Okay, let's consider like we have the same log for some 100 days or 365 days. The log file content will be very huge, so that interacting with that file will give you less performance. So in general we use the rolling file appender or a daily rolling file appender, okay, just for logging purposes, so that the performance will be increased while logging. Okay, if you use rolling file appender, what happens? Just every day the file will be rolled and backed up in a separate file, so that the file size will be very less. So the interaction with that file whose size is very less, okay, interaction with the log file whose size is very less will give you better performance. Understood? So I'll give the format as this. Yes, if you want you can note it down. Now I'll use a daily rolling file appender. Now I'll use a daily rolling file appender, and the def format is in a single quotes dot, and I'll give mm-dd-y. If you want, you can write down this. How the daily rolling file appender can be configured. In general, the log4j configuration will be done, okay, either in properties files or in XML files. The log4j properties like setting the files or the jet format or layouts or what is the logger that we need to use, logger level that we need to use, either trace or debug or info or one. The log4j levels, all these properties will be set either through properties files or through XML files. We won't do that in the application. We can do that even in the application. Even in the Java application also, we can do that we have discussed earlier just by using a configure method of basic configure. But we won't do that in our applications. We decouple that information to the log files, log4j properties files or log4j XML files. Okay, as we don't have any knowledge of XML files, I have not discussed how to configure them in XML files. Once we discuss and we have a ample knowledge in XML, we'll discuss how to configure that through XML files. Okay, how to configure the same thing through XML files, and even XML files will be even more flexible, okay, than the properties files. Okay. Okay, this is how we can configure different appenders. Now let me execute the application. Format. Date pattern, not date format. It's date pattern. Just please modify this. I think it is date pattern. Let me execute this. Yes. Please modify that. It's not date format, it is date pattern. Just only we need to modify this. Earlier I told that date format, it was a mistake. It's a date pattern, not date format. Now let me execute this. so that it will be executed. And let me see the file systems that are generated. Okay, still hcu.log is there. Let us see tomorrow. Tomorrow what happens is hcu.log information, the log information will be transferred from hcu.log to a new file, okay, with the name hu.something.log, and whatever we log on 5th December will be there in the hu.log. Understood? That's how in general we use error rolling file appender or daily rolling file appender so that it will give better performance. Just because in general we won't develop very small applications. Okay? Application size and the logging file size will be very huge. The content that we send to the log file will be very huge. Let's consider like we have a log file with 1000 lines. If you want to send some information, send some message to the log file, that log file, it will take some time, it will consume some time. If there is a log file with 1000 lines, then it will perform better. So we use rolling file appenders in general. Okay? And this is about appenders in Log4j. And the next thing is the last thing. We have already discussed loggers, like what are loggers, okay, and how to create a logger. Like we go for a static log reference of type logger by using logger.getLogger of the current class. Okay, once we get the log information, then we can set some levels to the logger. Like these are the ascending order of levels. Trace. If we give trace means all the levels, okay, will be sent to the log4j file. If we say configure debug means from debug the next levels will be sent. Now if we configure info, then debug and trace will not be sent to the log files, so that at the runtime we can filter out, okay, we can differentiate or we can filter out the levels that we need to send to the log files. Let's consider like we have 1000 lines in the application that we are sending the messages to the log file. Among them 150 are trace, 150 are debug, 200 info, and 600 are war. Now these are the number of statements that can be executable for any application. Now let's consider like I have set the level as info. I have set the level as info. Okay. Now how many statements will be logged into the log file? Let's consider it is 500, not 600. Okay. How many statements will be logged into the log file? I have set the log4j level as info. Then how many statements will be logged into the log file? 700. Just because if we set the log4j level as info, from info all the levels will be logged. The smaller levels will not be logged. So debug and trace statements will not be logged. Info and var will be logged. So 500 plus 200, 700. Okay. If we set the level as info and we make this statements as 1, then how many statements will be logged? Just because even 1 and error both are higher to info. Understood? So the same level as well as the higher levels to the level that we have set will be logged. The lesser levels will not be logged. That's how it will be. Okay, that's what. And the appenders, we have discussed multiple types of appenders. And the last thing that we need to discuss in Log4j is layout. Okay, what is layout and how the layout will work and what are the different types of layouts that we have in the Log4j API. Okay. First, why layout is used in Log4j? Okay. The layout is used to format the message that we send to the specific media, logging media. Like we can have different logging medias, or in general speaking in a very simpler way, the logging destination. The logging destination can be either a file system or a console or anything, or a database or anything. But for a logging destination, in a logging destination, how the information should be formatted. Okay, the formatting of the information in the logging destination will be done through layouts. Formatting of information in the logging destination will be done through layouts. Okay. Formatting of logging information in the logging destination will be done through layout. Now, if you send some information to the log files, it will be sent in a default format. But we can change this format. We can change the format of the information that is displayed in the log file. Now, by default, there are several layouts. Okay, like we have a simple layout, we have a HTML layout, and we have even a pattern layout. These are the mostly used layouts. Okay, in most of the scenarios, we use either simple layout or pattern layout. HTML layout is a very rare one. In most of the cases, in 90% of the scenarios, we use either pattern layout or simple layout. Okay, now already we have seen how simple layout will be used. It will give in a default format. Okay, now let me use the HTML layout and see how the information will be logged. Now I have used simple layout earlier. Now I am using HTML layout. Let me remove the information from the log files. Now history.log doesn't contain anything. And now for the file appender, I have used the file name as history.log and the layout is HTML layout. Okay, now let me execute the application. Sorry, it's, I think it's in caps. Let me see, please don't write. Yes, it's in caps. HTML layout. Now let me see the log information, how it is logged. How it is logged? In a HTML file format. This content is a HTML file format. Okay, and most important thing is, if we log the information using a HTML layout, in general, the log file will be a .html file. This is a general convention. If we log information to a .log file and if the layout is HTML, it's not correct in a practical scenario. If the layout is HTML and the file also should be of HTML side. Okay. Now let me execute the application. So, and let me refresh. So this will be in a correct HTML file. Okay, and let me try to run this. Open this with web browser. HTML files format will be visible only on the web browser. Okay, let me open with right click, open with web browser. So main, info, and the message, info, class, message, level, something like that. Okay, that's how it will be. Understood? This is HTML layout, and the information is being sent to the HTML file, and this is how HTML file will be. Understood? But it's a very less practical scenario. Writing a log file to HTML file will be a very less practical scenario. In general, 99% of the scenarios, we log the information to log files. Okay, we'll log the information only into log files, either by using pattern layout or using simple layout. But using a HTML layout as a layout is a very less practical scenario. Is very less used scenario. But yes, that is possible in Log4j. But it's very less used. Okay, in general, we either go for a simple layout with a log file or a pattern layout with a log file for logging. But we can have a HTML layout and a HTML file. But it's very less practical scenario. In most of the real-time scenarios, either we use simple layout with a daily rolling file appender, a daily rolling file appender with a simple layout, or a daily rolling file appender with a pattern layout. That is a very more practical scenario. In general, in most of the scenarios in real-time applications, we use either daily rolling file appender with a simple layout or a daily rolling file appender with a pattern layout. Okay, now a simple layout will have some simple formatting. Okay, it doesn't have much formatting. It will have very simple formatting. Now let me execute the application. Like it is in a format like first it will go for a logger level space hyphen space message. This is simple layout. But in general, we may or may not go for a simple layout. We may need to go for some extended layouts. Okay, like let me go for a pattern layout. Okay, if you go for a pattern layout, then we should give some pattern. In which pattern this log message is displayed? In which pattern this log message is displayed? Now, in a simple layout, the pattern that is displayed is log4j level space hyphen space the message. But if we go for a pattern layout, we can customize the pattern of the logging information that is displayed in the log file. Now the message, if you go for a simple layout, the pattern that is displayed in the log file is info. That means log4j level space hyphen space the log4j message. That's the default pattern for a simple layout. But if we go for a pattern layout, then we can customize that pattern, or we can customize the format how it is displayed in the log file. How the logging information will be displayed in the log file. Okay, we can customize the format of logging the message that is displayed in the log file using a pattern layout. Using a pattern layout, we can customize. Using a pattern layout, we can customize the pattern logging information that is displayed in a log file. Now, how you can customize that? Okay, how we can customize that means in a pattern layout. In a pattern layout, there is attribute. In a layout, in the pattern layout, there is attribute named conversion pattern. Conversion pattern equal to, will display the date. Now will display the log4j level, otherwise first will display the date. Each and every log4j pattern element will have a specific pattern character like date, log4j level, log message, login class, login thread. These are different log4j elements, okay, logging message elements, okay. All these elements will have a specific pattern character. Okay, let's consider like the date that is being logged. Okay, percentage D. D represents the date. Okay, the date, in which format the date should be? DD, YY. Okay, in general for US and UK the date format will be like this: month, date and year. So first the date should be displayed in this format. Date should be displayed in this format. Okay, and with a space. Okay, with a space, level, with a space, hyphen, space. Okay, the logging message. Okay, percentage M. M is a message. Okay, percentage N. If you give percentage N means each and every logging message will be separated by a new line. N means new line. Percentage N means new line. In general, if you give percentage M, in general, in most of the scenarios, in 99% of scenarios, it will be succeeded. It will be succeeded by percentage N, or it will be suffixed by percentage N, so that for each and every message, it will go for a new line character. Each and every message will be displayed in the line. We'll see what percentage N will make a difference, or how percentage N will make a difference, but just write this format. I want to display the log in this format. Okay, now let us see how the log will be displayed in the file system. But for console appender, I have used a simple layout only. Console appender, I have used a simple layout. So it will be displayed in a simple layout. But let me see the log file, how it is displayed. How it is displayed? DD, YY, sorry, I have given small m. Small m is minutes. Capped m is month. Small m means minutes in date formatting. So let me remove the whole content. Now log history.log doesn't contain any information. Now let me execute the application. Since for the console appender we have used a simple layout. For the console appender we have used a simple layout. So it is displayed in a simple layout. But in the file system we have used different type of layout. This is the month. Okay, 12/4/2012. Okay, for this specific class at specific line. Okay, we have gone for is line Is held the line. Let me see here. D learn or for the level. There will be something for Log4j levels, capital R, I think. Let me see. But to display info want debug something. No. There will be some character for, I don't remember it exactly. Okay. There will be some character. Okay. There will be some specific character for the Log4j level. Just search in Google with Log4j pattern characters. Okay, Log4j pattern layout characters. You will get all the pattern characters like D for date, M for like message, N for new line character, C for class, or C for the entity that we are going to log, and T for thread that we are going to log, like that. Okay, each and every pattern character has a specific meaning. Okay, now if I execute this application, okay, this is like this. So on this day, okay, with this date format, okay, for this class, the main thread has logged this information. Okay, like that, we can have the log message in any format that we configure with the conversion pattern. Okay, there will be some character even for the Log4j level also. I do not remember the character exactly. Okay, let me see if it is available with this. Available. So just you can search in Google for different pattern characters, and you can make you can develop your own examples by changing the pattern characters. Okay, just I have changed some pattern characters I have added a class and a thread. So you yourself make some R&D on that. Okay, just what is the pattern character for logging level, and what is the pattern character for something else. Okay, just make some R&D and practice them so that you can understand better. But whatever the pattern that we give in the conversion pattern, okay, the logging message will be logged in that specific pattern. Okay, so now that in the specific format, space the entity name, space main, the thread name, space hyphen, space the log message. Now even we can perform the padding for the Log4j messages. After percentage I am giving 10m. Now let me see what happens. Now what has happened? Nothing has happened, right? Just this character is used for padding. -10 or 10. These are used for padding. Let me see. But it's not clearly visible here. But this between percentage and the specific conversion pattern character, if you give any integer value either positive or negative, it is for padding. Minus means it is left padded. Positive means it is right padded. It is used for padding of characters. Okay, and just there are several pattern characters, like we have at least 15 to 20 pattern characters, like D for det, T for thread, C for class, M for message, N for new line. Likewise, there are, other than this we have discussed 5 or 6. Other than these 5 or 6, we have still 15 more at least, I think. I'm not sure about that. We have still 15 more pattern characters. Just learn, just have a knowledge like what these pattern characters will do. Okay, you need not to dig into that and go in depth into that, but at least know what pattern character is used for which purpose. Okay, why the specific pattern character is used. Now we know that C for class, T for thread, and M for message. Like that, there are several other pattern characters. Just know why they are used. Okay, don't go into that and dig into that, but just at least practice one example for that. Okay, and this will complete the Log4j. All of you have now at this point of time, all of you have the basic knowledge how the Log4j works and how the logging will be done in a real-time application. Everybody? This is how, in general, in any application, in any real-time application, we won't see system.out.println in any real-time application. We use logs and Log4j and a specific appender as per the requirement. In most of the scenarios, appender will be a file, or appender will be both the file and console. Okay, and in most scenarios, pattern will be either a rolling file or a daily rolling file appender. Okay, sorry, appender will be a rolling file or a daily rolling file, as well as console. In general, we log to console and a file. Okay, so in general, the appender will be a file appender with a daily rolling file appender and a console appender. And the pattern, in general, the layout will be, in most of the scenarios, the layout will be pattern layout, so that we can customize the login information. We can customize the format of login information. Okay, this will complete the Log4j. Okay, and there is a small concept how to configure the Log4j properties, like the layouts, the appenders, the files, the patterns, and the root loggers. Okay, all these configurations that we have done in the Log4j.properties, it can be done even using XML files. Okay, Log4j XML files. But how we can do that using XML files, that we discuss. That we need to discuss, and that we will discuss once we have a ample knowledge about XML. Okay, now XML. Shall we discuss it now itself, or shall we start it now itself, or shall we start the whole XML in the next class? Now itself? Is it fine? Now we'll start the basics of XML. What is XML? How XML will be used? Okay, and why XML will be used? And where we use XML? All those things. XML, Extendable Markup Language. Some people will call extensive markup language also, but in general, the correct definition is extendable markup language. Now, do we have any other markup languages? HTML. Okay, HTML is also a markup language. What's the full form of HTML? Hypertext markup language. Okay, and both are markup languages. HTML and XML, both are markup languages. Why we use HTML? Why we use HTML? Okay, we use HTML to display the information in a browser. To display the information in a browser, okay, we use HTML. To display information in a browser with the correct formatting. With formatting. Display the information in a browser with some formatting. We use HTML. Then, why this XML is used? What is the basic purpose of this XML? Means, in general, we use XML to communicate with multiple applications, with different applications. If one application wants to communicate with another application, okay, if you want to make a communication, or if you want to send some data from one application to another, okay, we should have a structured file format. Okay, we should have a structured file. We should have a structured file which carries the data from one application to another. If you want to carry the data from one application to another, there should be a file which is structured, and that is the XML. Okay. We need to have a structured file to carry the information from one application to another. And XML is very lightweight. Lightweight and universally accepted format. XML is a universally accepted format. Okay, and XML is not specific to the application, or XML is not specific to the application or technology that we use. XML is not specific to the application or technology that we use. Let's consider like there are two applications. I am going for a IRCTC website and I am trying to book some ticket for a railway ticket. Then what I'll do, I'll log into IRCTC application, I'll go for a booking, I'll enter my details, and I'll try to make a payment. It will ask, what is your bank? If I select some bank like ICICI, I'll select ICICI bank, okay, to perform some online banking, transfer the amount to IRCTC for booking. Then once I select ICICI and submit, what happens? The control will be sent to the ICICI. But how the information will be sent from the IRCTC to ICICI? Okay, from IRCTC what happens? It will send the information like this is the amount that I need to that you need to deduct. Okay, and this is the account number that you need to transfer. Okay, all those things will be sent. Let's select IRCTC will have a bank account. Okay, some corporate account, and it will give the information of the corporate account that ICICI need to transfer. Okay, and then it will give like the amount for the current transaction. So what ICICI will do? ICICI will take that information like this is the corporate account number for IRCTC, and like this is the amount that you need to transfer from this particular account to IRCTC corporate account. Okay. Now what IRCTC will send, like once we book, try to book the ticket, and once we select ICICI and we click on make payment, what happens? The control will be transferred to ICICI website. Okay, and once the ICICI authentication and the balance check everything is over, then what ICICI will do? ICICI will send some message to IRCTC, either successful or failure. If it is successful, then the ticket will be booked. Let's consider like the ticket cost is 400, but the user has only 300 in his account. The ticket will not be booked. Then ICICI will send some message that the ticket is not booked. But how this communication? ICICI is different application. Let's consider like ICICI server is there in Delhi. IRCTC server is there in Mumbai. It might be anywhere. One server is there in Delhi and another server is there in New York. How those two servers, how those two different applications are communicated, how the data will be transferred from ICICI to IRCTC or IRCTC to ICICI means data file format. The format will be definitely in a format of XML. Okay, just because XML is a universally accepted format across the applications and across the technologies. Okay, across the applications and across the technologies, the XML format will be the same. It will not change. So, if the ICICI application is developed in Java and IRCTC application is developed in .NET, will it make a difference? Will it make the difference to transfer the data from ICICI to IRCTC or IRCTC to ICICI? No, just because the XML format, the data will be transferred in XML format. Since the data is transferred in XML format, it will not make a difference whether the first application is developed in .NET or the second application is developed in Java or C# or any other technology. It will not make a difference. So it's generic to all the platforms. Okay, this what we call XML file format or the XML content will be generic for all the formats, but each and every what we call technology like Java or .NET have a specific code to render that XML information to their specific objects. Let's consider like we have Java technology. Java technology will take the XML file. Let's consider like ICICI application is developed in Java. Then XML file will be sent from IRCTC to ICICI. And that XML information, the information present in the XML file will be rendered into Java, should be rendered into Java objects for some business logic. So that conversion will be specific to the technology. The conversion will be different in case of .NET. The conversion will be done in different way using Java. But the XML content and the file format and the structure will be the same across the platforms. But rendering the information of the XML file into objects or rendering the information from objects to XML files, that logic will be specific to technology. .NET it will be done in one way, and Java it will be done in another way. But the core XML file format, the file content will be the same across the technologies. So, to transfer the information from one system to another system, here the system is an application, from one application to another application, like IRCTC to ICSA, or SBI to ICSA, or SBI to RBI, like this. Any cross application communication will be done through XML files. The data that is, the communication will be done in any way, but the data will be transferred in XML format. The data will be flown or transferred between multiple applications only through XML format. Just because it's lightweight, it's generic to all the platforms, and it's generic to all the technologies. It's not specific to a technology. And another advantage is it is extendable. So we can add our own customized elements for XML. We can add customized elements for XML. So that it is called as extendable markup language. We can extend the definition of XML, and we can write our own customized elements in XML. We can write our own, or we can write customized elements in XML. So that it is called as extendable markup language. But can we write our own? Can we write our own tags in HTML? Can we write customized tags in HTML? Can we write customized tags in HTML? Is it possible to write customized tags in HTML or customized elements in HTML? No, it's not possible. HTML, if you use HTML, we should use the standard tags of HTML like table, tr, td, image, or span, div. All these are HTML tags, HTML elements. Okay, we cannot write a customized HTML tag. That's not possible. We should use the elements that are already existing in the HTML. But if it is XML, we can customize, or we can write customized elements or customized tags for XML. So that it is called as extendable. We can extend the scope of XML to any level. Okay? Now, let me write a very simple XML file. Okay? Now, let me write a project with the name XML demo. Now let me write a simple XML file. Otherwise, let me write a new file. Mail.xml. So XML editor. Now, each and every XML file will have a rule, a declaration. The declaration will be in this format within question mark. within question, the declaration of XML, the first statement or the first line in XML will contain the declaration of XML. It's optional, but the convention is to write this. Okay, we give the encoding. What is the encoding of XML? What's the encoding of XML? There is only an attribute, what do you call? Yes. We should have a version attribute. What is the version of XML? The mandatory attributes for the declaration tag are XML version and what is the encoding characters. Okay, there are several encoding characters like ISO, okay, and UTF-8. If it is UTF-8, then it will support all the European characters like German, French, and all. Some ISO character sets will not support like Asian characters like German, French, or Turkish, or Hindi, or something else. But UTF-8 supports all the characters, even the special characters. Okay, even the special characters that are non-USA, the non-English characters. Okay, so in general, based on the application settings, we set the encoding, either character set as UTF-8 or ISO with specific version and all. But it's not that much important. Any HTML file will have a version and encoding which is defined in the declaration of the HTML. Sorry, declaration of the XML. The first line or the first statement of the XML file will be the declaration of the XML. The declaration of the XML will be done, okay, just in this format: less than, question mark, and question mark greater than. Okay, and this is the declaration of XML file. This is optional, but in general, in general, we keep this declaration. XML file is a set of XML elements or XML nodes. XML file contains a set of XML elements or XML nodes. The XML comments should be written in this format. Starting of XML comment is this and ending of XML comment is this. A comment in Java, how we write comments? If it is a single line comments, we'll write like this. If it is a multi-line comments, we'll write like this. Am I right? But in XML, if it is a single line or multi-line, we write comments in this format. The starting is this and the ending is this. This is how we can write comments in XML. Starting is the less than, not, hyphen hyphen, and ending for comments is hyphen hyphen, greater than. And XML is a set of nodes or a set of elements. Set of nodes or a set of the nodes are even called as elements. XML is a set of elements or a set of nodes. Let's consider like we have a mail that is sent to be sent in the XML format. Now what we do? We'll go for a tag mail from to. Okay. Now, mail is a XML node or XML element which has 4 child nodes. Okay, and the XML node should be defined in angle brackets. Less than, greater than is called as angle brackets. Okay. We can call it as XML node or XML element or XML tag, okay, or anything. See, this is called as the whole element, mail element, okay. In the mail element or main node, mail element or mail node. In this mail node, we have 4 child nodes from 2 cc time, and each and every node has 2 tags. This is one tag, this is another tag. Each and every node will have 2 tags. One is the starting tag and one is the ending tag. Each and every node will have 2 tags. One is the starting tag, another one is the ending tag. Understood? Each and every node or each and every element will have two tags, one starting and one ending. And the ending tag should be the same as starting tag. The ending tag should be the same as starting tag. Now, let's consider that I have removed this. I have removed the ending tag. What is telling? Hyphen is not permitted with comments. What is it telling? Okay, element type from must be terminated by the matching end tag from. So, for each and every starting tag in the node, there will be a corresponding ending tag. Otherwise, it will give a error. It's giving error that the element type from must be terminated by a matching end tag from. So, within angle brackets, we give the starting tag. Okay, and within angle brackets, okay, preceded by a forward slash, we give the end tag. See, if from is a starting tag, the ending tags will be with a forward slash from. If the starting tag is 2, the ending tag will be with a forward slash 2. Understood? Each and every node or each and every element should have, okay, a starting tag and an ending tag. And ending tag should be with a forward slash. Understood? And again like this. Starting tag is from, ending tag is also from. But the case is different. What is telling? Element type from must be terminated by matching end tag from. Now, by this, can we tell that XML tags are case sensitive or case insensitive? Huh? They are case sensitive. XML tags are case sensitive. Uppercase and lowercase is considered to be different. XML tags are case sensitive. Okay, and there are several things to discuss. Okay, we are already over the time. Okay, we'll discuss them in the next class. But just make a note. Already we have noted down the basics, like why the XML is used. No, already you have noted it down. That's enough for the day. And tomorrow we'll see some more things about types of XML, how the XML can be rendered, and all that information. Okay. 6:30, same time.